Hello everybody and welcome back to the Creator Series Clipbook, where today we are going back to basics. That's right, I've heard you don't like when it's too much waffle, or I think the debate's interesting, and we're just going to get straight into the actual clips today. We're still going to kind of incorporate some of the waffle, but it's going to be based around the clips that we're watching, rather than just the first 10 or 15 minutes of the video and of the stream is just talking. So yeah, let's get into the clip straight away, shall we? Because there's a couple of spicy ones to review today. Hello everybody, welcome in. Say hello, say some hellos for us. Hey Tim, hey Carl, hey Bilbo, hey Red Apple, hey Zigdoo, hey Mateo, hey James, hey Lovkovic, hey Kev, hey Elliot, hey Raining Demon. Got a few in today. You guys want the drama? Wait, why is there no chat? Hold on. There we go. What's this? I don't know what we're talking about. Who are we talking about batting? Hey Declan. Hey Eric. Hey Jensen, welcome in guys, hope you're all good. That'll spar that waffles, yeah, true, to be fair, true. 9-minute clip about Tom's EOS strategy. We are going to look at that. We are going to look at that, but yeah, not all of it about it. You know, if you're talking about Ben, I will unban Ben, because Ben was banned in chat for basically for shilling, and for not contributing positively to chat, but I'll unban him. If he starts shilling again, he'll be banned, and that'll be it. But there you go. I've unbanned him for now, so we can get involved in the chat today. LB, thank you for the prime sub.
On Twitch.
31 months subscribed. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, my friend. Is there going to be fireworks today? Maybe. Right, let's crack on then, shall we, guys? So, as always, I've got a list of a couple of bits that I want to review, a couple of big headline bits. Obviously, I'm sure you know a couple of them, and a few other bit more minor bits as well, and then we'll look for any other clips as well that we can find. But just before we do that, I just want to show you the live timing. Because I've been working on that quite hard today, and it's quite a big improvement. Oh, it does work nice. So obviously it looks pretty similar. What I've done is I've made more things clickable. So first of all, you can now click into the warnings and penalties and see exactly what whoever got whenever they got it. So lap 5, lap 12, etc. You can see all that stuff. Penalties as well. You can see that plus 3 seconds. The 10-second penalties there, etc. You can see all the warnings now. Obviously, this works both when we're live, when it's actually happening for live timing. Also, after the fact, before the next race happens, which for me is normally the next Tuesday after Create Series, you can also go back and view it all. Also, in addition to that, you can now click into the lap times and see every single driver's lap time. Every single one with all 3 sectors. This isn't completely final yet, but it all works. So you can literally see everyone's lap time if you wanted to go back and compare whatever you wanted to do. In addition to that as well, overtakes before were clickable. It's a little bit awkward because it's on top of me over here, but they're clickable. You can now just see which lap number it was on rather than just who was collided with, and it obviously opens up within here rather than within a pop-up. And the same thing for overtakes, same sort of thing. Obviously we haven't got the lap number yet for Creator Series, but there's the same sort of thing there. But yeah, so yeah, pretty big improvement, and that'll open us up to be able to do some more things in the future. But just more data in live time. It's taken me a few hours to do this today, but as I said, I'll open up on the future. But anyway, let's get on with some clips then, shall we? So first of all, I think we should look at the quite big incident actually that I didn't really react to at all at the start of the race. It was on about lap 7. I'm just going to go find it. It was about lap 7. Yeah, here it is. So now this incident, I'm sure you know what it is. It's primarily a collision between me and Ben, but there's obviously a few other drivers involved. Now, this incident, for me, is 3 completely separate parts that not they can't be combined, but they shouldn't be combined. All right. So obviously we're coming down the straight here. I've got a nice lot of battery, nice lot of slipstream as well. At this point, my tyres are better than the soft runners. But yeah, coming down the straight here, got massive slipstream. You see these guys, this is classic Creator Series. They try and box people in. So I could see that they were going to try and block me. So I sort of held my line in the middle here. And as you can see, Ben's kind of come over to stop me diving to the inside. So I think, okay, no worries. I'll see if the gap opens here. Razin tries to close that gap. I just drive straight, bit of contact, classic Creator Series stuff, but no biggie. So here then, I decide to last minute jump to the outside where there's clearly a car's width. In response to that though, Ben comes over and in reactionary move and causes some contact. Check this out. Look, little bit day late, dollar short that for me. You can see the jink there and just reduces it down to a car's width. Now, I actually didn't necessarily notice this that much at the time. If you look at my speed, I actually lose quite a bit of speed. 347k as I go for it with more battery and with the gap to go for. There, I go for it, and then Ben comes over late, and then there's some contact, and it drops me down to 341. So it cost me 6 kilometers an hour from Ben kind of like coming over in a straight. So that's not great. It's also not the end of the world. I wasn't annoyed at the time. It's creative series, whatever. To me, that one's 100% on Ben. I don't think you can consider that I did anything wrong there. And there's not really too much more to say. Ben came across in a straight. He shouldn't have done it. But also, it's not that deep. But today we're going to do some voting. So I want you guys to vote on what this is like. Let me see if the thing's actually going to work. Nope. All right, give me a sec. Actually, I think I've got it here. It's just not mapped. There we go. Okay. So if you're watching live, I want a number 1 in chat. Again, I need to get this up on screen as well. Number 1 in chat would be... I need to get this on screen, otherwise it's going to be confusing. Hold on. Give me a sec. So you know exactly what you're voting for. All right. I've given you 4 options here. Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. There we go. So if you're watching live, let me. Sorry. Hang on. I'm just gonna make sure my buttons actually work. For some reason, not working. All right, so if you're watching live, vote right now in chat. Number 1, racing incident. Number 2, I was at fault. Number 3, Ben was at fault. Number 4, Ben was at fault and deserves a penalty. Well, I could put that for me, but I feel like giving me a penalty for this would be utterly insane. So 1 to 4, chat. Just put it in chat right now. We'll get the vibes of what you guys are feeling. Again, to me, it's not really too much of a 50-50 one, but I'm just interested to see what you guys say nonetheless. So yeah, vote in chat, guys. Pretty heavily towards 1. Definitely 3 still in the mix there, though. So Ben being at fault, but I think that's fair. I think on balance there, what you guys are saying is pretty fair. Racing incident / Ben being at fault, I think that's fair. I don't think he deserves a penalty. I agree with what you guys are saying there. I don't think he deserves a penalty. But to me, that was Ben being a little bit naughty, but also it's not that deep. That's basically what you guys are saying. So there you go. All right, let's get on with it. So that was incident number 1. That happened within quite quick succession. So at this point, obviously, we're still just racing along here. Ben then comes to the outside, so I've now got room on the inside to go. But we are now 3 wide. Now, I'm just going to play this through at first, and I'll talk you through it afterwards. Oh, that was a bit spicy. I'm not sure as I can. Okay, it's been spun around by Ben, I think. So, 2 major parts to review of that. First up, you've got me going up the inside. Now, from my side and from my opinion, this is a mistake from me. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a massive mistake that you go, oh, what the hell are you doing? You're an idiot. But clearly I've just braked a little bit too late. I saw someone in my Discord saying I braked 10 to 15 meters too late. I think this is 1 to 2 meters too late. Because if you look, I brake at a very similar time to where GB brakes in front. But I just brake a little tiny bit too late, end up nudging into the back of him, and in nudging into the back of him causes my car to slide, which causes me to have to correct it, which unfortunately hits into Ben. And we'll watch Ben's POV of this in just a second, because Ben's POV, there's quite a big hit on his screen. From my POV, it's not that deep. That's what happens, but fundamentally caused by me braking a little bit too late and going for this move. We'll watch it again now with that in mind. There you go. See, I brake at almost the exact same point as GB. So it's not disastrous, just a little bit misjudged there, a little bit of contact with GB, because he's of course punched up behind Lolly as well. And I end up pushing Ben wide. So not the best for me. And this is the key reason why I wasn't annoyed with the eventual spin, because I could see that I've been a bit naughty there. Not intentionally, but I've still been a bit naughty. I've braked a little bit too late, and I've caused an incident fundamentally. You can see on the exit though, here, look where the racing line is. I'm pinching right. I can see the set of red proximity arrow. I'm trying to give as much room as I can after the fact, but obviously at that point, it's a bit too late. We'll watch everyone one more time, then we'll go look at Ben's POV. Oh, that was a bit spicy. So there you go. That's that. Let's go watch Ben's POV. Hold on a sec. And we'll get you guys to vote again.
Now robots. Loading. Try and save my rear tyres.
Alright, here we go. So watch it through. Obviously, we'll get his sort of swipe in the straight. Bit overstating that, to be honest, but we'll have a look at that first, and then and then we'll get to the incident.
Jesus. Okay, thanks, Alex.
So there you can see, it's actually quite a big hit. We'll watch the next bit in a second. It's actually quite a big hit on Ben's screen. But because of my very quick catch at the slide, the lag in the network caused it to be quite a big hit. So I completely understand why Ben was annoyed.
Okay, thanks,
Look,
Alex.
it's quite the nudge. I'm sort of, it's weird because I sort of get there. I'll play it through in slow-mo because I sort of get there and not much is happening. Then suddenly I just go poof and just smash into him. Here we go. Let's do it in slow-mo. It's okay, it's okay. Boom! All of a sudden, he's getting shoved wide. And of course, he's got Razzie on his outside as well. So completely understand why Ben was annoyed at that for me. 100%. For me, like, yeah, I mean, 100% on me. I mean, I've braked too late and I've shoved someone off track. I don't really see there's any other circumstances to that. Like I said, the bit before in the straight is completely irrelevant. That's a separate incident that's now over. So anyway, once again, guys, let's get you guys to vote. So again, not just yet. Just give us a sec. There you go. That's your options. That's not what I meant to press. There you go. Vote now in chat. 1 for racing incident, 2 for my fault, 3 for Ben's fault, 4 for my fault, and I deserve a penalty. 1 to 4 in chat right now, chat. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this voting. 2-1-2. Very good. Very good. Okay, so most people saying I'm at fault. Few people saying that I deserve a penalty. Very little people saying racing incident or Ben's fault. I think that's completely fair. Yeah, again, guys, I got to be honest. I think you're over, especially if you take an average of those results. I think your overall results there are very fair. Definitely my fault. Probably not worthy of a penalty, but you know, in the ballpark of potentially being worth a penalty, and I think that's pretty fair. I think in reality, in regard to the penalty, because not really much happens. This is create a series for a start, but not really much happens at that point. No one's got damage. No one's been spun round. It's not that deep. I did leave room after pushing him wide. I think for me that means it isn't worthy of a penalty, but definitely me at fault. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, thanks, Alex.
But yeah, obviously he gets shoved wide. Now, that brings us to the third part, which for me is by far the worst part of any of this. And that is Ben's rejoin. We already saw what happened to me. We'll go on board now and watch that again of the end result of Ben's rejoin. Oh, that was a bit spicy. Look at my reaction, actually. Okay, it's been spun around by Ben, I think. Odd. Very odd. I did go a little bit deep there, to be fair to him. Almost zero reaction. And this was actually, you kind of see this throughout the race. This is sort of part of my slightly different mentality with Creative Series. I think Creative Series makes a big difference depending on what mentality you bring. For me, it's only lap 7. There's loads of time left. There's probably going to be safety cars. There wasn't, and we'll get onto that. So not a big deal. I've got no damage. You know, and also I knew that I'd gone a little bit deep. It did feel a little bit revengeful at the time, but I can't judge that because I could not see anybody. All I could see was a red proximity arrow. I had no judgment whatsoever what was going on at that point. I didn't realise that Ben had such a big hit and ended up so wide. So for me, I was like, well, I've been a bit naughty there, and I've ended up being spun round for it. Not that I necessarily deserved to be spun round from it, but still, I was sort of like, well, I kind of started that, so I wasn't even annoyed at all at the time. But yeah, so that's what happens to me. But let's go watch Ben's POV of this region. Once again, we'll go back a little bit here and just watch it through.
Jesus. Okay, thanks, Alex. Jesus. Alex, what was he doing there?
So, for me, I was very tempted, very, very tempted to report this to the stewards. I haven't done that, and we'll get onto why in just a second. But let's just watch it back once again first. So, for me, this is very, very naughty, and it's borderline a purposeful takeout. Borderline. Because, obviously, fair enough, you know, he's maybe annoyed. I've shoved him off. We've covered that was my fault. Fair enough. But at this point, nobody's got any damage. At this point, no one's race has been really that affected. Worst case scenario here, Ben loses the position that he didn't want to lose, right? That's all. It's really not that deep. Okay, but obviously, he does get shoved out here. Up to this point, Ben's done nothing wrong. From here is where he gets a bit naughty. So if you look at his inputs down the bottom here, so he's already back on the throttle. Bear in mind what he's looking at. He's already back on the throttle, but check out his throttle inputs as we go through this little section. I'll go in slow-mo, actually. There. Almost full throttle in the off track. Pause, please. Where's he off to? Where's he going? Like, he's just flooring it on the off track, and with the line he's taking, he's almost guaranteed to cause some sort of collision. This is effectively a head loss, where he's going, nah, I've been shoved off. I'm not happy about it. I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm coming back. But the bit really, that's already very bad. The bit really that's borderline takeout is the next bit is entirely predictable, and Ben takes the actions he takes. So he's already accelerated through the off track, going to rejoin the track at a horrendous angle, right? So this is a bad rejoin, clearly. But for me, this is the bad bit. Look, I'm there. Why is it not pausing? It doesn't pause. Can I get back a tiny bit? Probably not. Not really. Hang on a sec.
Okay, thanks, Alex.
I don't know why it's not pausing. Hang on. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, so he's accelerated. So horrendous angle, but look, he continues to accelerate. He now knows I'm there. He's got proximity, he knows I'm there. He continues to accelerate. Look at the angle of his car. There is only one possible thing that's going to end in, which is a collision. Ben is risking his own race from here, because he could easily smash into me here, give himself front wing damage. And then he's absolutely raging. He's probably blaming me, but I think we can all see that he's the one that's accelerating to the side of me. Just because I've done something a bit naughty before doesn't mean you should just go and drive into someone and give yourself a penalty. That's just dumb. So accelerating, but his steering inputs for me are the absolute key thing. Because look, so he's driven into me there by accelerating, right? And now he's so scared because of his actions that he's going to spin off me that he basically just has to pile drive me into the gravel. Look at his steering inputs here. So you got his steering wheel just about. You can kind of see it in game. In fact, if I hide myself for a second, you can see his actual steering inputs in the bottom right. So now he's basically forced, because of the horrible angle he's taken on the rejoin, to just turn right into me. I mean, just look at this still. Like, look how hard he's having to turn right. And look where we are. Look at the angle of his car still. And he's having to turn really hard right here. And there again, to me, that turn right there is really the bit for me that's really borderline purposeful takeout. Because to me, although it's fair to expect your car is probably going to slide because of what he's done and driven into the side of me, his car doesn't actually really slide very much. That last turn that we just saw there, his car doesn't slide very much. He's just still turning right into me because he's so terrified he's going to spin because of his actions. So he's still turning right. Look where we are, and he's still turning right, which is utterly insane. Look, still turning right. And now he's left, 0.2 of a car's width on the exit. Obviously, I'm now in the gravel, got dirty with tyres, and been forced to turn sideways. I'm now sideways. And look at the end result of it. I spin, Ben gets damaged.
Alex.
So he ends up giving himself damage, effectively. I don't get any damage from this, and it doesn't really affect my race. This affects Ben race more than mine, so it's just stupid racing. It's just stupid racing. We'll watch it through on my side one more time before we get you guys to vote. Because I want to look at the reaction of my car so you can see. At first I was like, oh, it's just skilly shot on the gravel. If you look though, my car gets shunted sideways because of all this right turning he's doing. My car is trying to drive that way and it's just getting pushed that way. It's just getting shunted. You can't see me. It's just getting pushed sideways, shunted sideways. So like the car's just doing unnatural things. I get pushed sideways into the gravel. Of course I'm going to spin. Watch my car's moving here, full speed. Oh, that was a bit spicy. I'm not sure as I can. See, it was just unnatural sideways movement of my car. Watch it one more time. Oh, that was a bit spicy. I'm not sure as I can. Okay, it's been spun around by Ben, I think. So to me, that's a borderline purposeful takeout, accelerating through the off track, doing a bad rejoin, and then actively turning right into me when I'm as far right as I could possibly go. Is very naughty. Now, I was very tempted to, and we'll get you guys' votes in a second, I was very tempted to report this to the stewards, and I think I would have had a great case. The reason I didn't, there's a couple things. First of all, I don't believe the Creator Series stewarding is fit for purpose. Worst case scenario here for Ben, he gets a warning. And yes, okay, it's a 3-warning system. So if we got another warning later in the season, that would be a quali ban. But we know in Creator Series, quali doesn't really matter. So that's also not a punishment. So he would need to be punished twice for it to well, as in he would be punished twice, and neither of those would do anything to him at all. It's the third punishment where you get a race ban is the first one that really matters. To me, that's just a system is not fit for purpose, quite simply. So that's reason one. Reason two is that I respected what he did a lap or so later, where he decided. I thought I was going to have some revengeful action by him, and there wasn't. Hold on, it's a few laps later when we take a bit of time to recover.
Sit mode as well.
We come past him now.
Shall we?
Here he goes. So here, I was fully expecting, despite the fact he'd already taken revenge, we know what Ben's like, I was fully expecting him to take revenge again. To block me, or to do a late move on me, or to defend really hard against me. But there was absolutely nothing. There was absolutely nothing. I'm not going to call that an apology, but it was almost that. I was very surprised there that he didn't fight at all, and I respected that. Clearly, he's annoyed at me. He's got wing damage. He feels like it's my fault. And yet he's chosen not to take any revengeful action, and I respected that. So the Create Series steward system and that is the reasons I'm not going to report it, but I probably should. But anyway, right, let's get your guys' votes on it then, shall we? So, I mean, I don't think we even need an Alex Ford on this one. So
Clips 911 just subscribed on Twitch.
all right, that's your options, chat. That's your options. Get voting right now. So racing incident, Ben's just Ben's fault, not a big deal. Ben's fault, and he deserves a warning, like he would get in Create Series with the review system. And Ben's fault, and he deserves some sort of instantaneous penalty, a time penalty, or a grid drop in the next race, or whatever the hell it is. It doesn't really matter, but some sort of actual punishment that makes an actual difference to his racing and his season. Yeah, so get voting in the chat now, chat. So between 4 and 3, no one really thinks that it was a racing incident. No one really thinks that it was just Ben's fault and YOLO, we carry on. 3, pretty close between 3 and 4 there. You guys think he at least deserves a warning, and realistically, most of you guys think he deserves a penalty, which is fair. I think again, I think I completely agree with you guys. I think that's completely fair. I think he probably deserves some sort of penalty, but he definitely deserves some sort of warning for that. But yeah, I'm just not going to participate in the Create Series thing. But yeah, to me that one was pretty bad, and we are going to review Ben's race a little bit later on, because Ben for me had an absolute shocker. Ben has cleaned up his act for most of the season. I've been very impressed with his driving, and he really has been a lot cleaner and tidier. But I think it's easy to be clean when you're fighting at the front. I think it's a lot harder to be clean when you're having a bad day. So we're going to review Ben's race and see what he was up to in a little while, because there was definitely, I've already seen a few incidents that I'm like, that's not great. We've got to return to the old Ben Daly. But yeah, what else are you guys saying in chat? The lack of reporting is why driving standards are so abysmal. Because even with it taking a few reports to matter, the lack of report means there's never any threat of punishment. To me, I get what you're saying, but to me, it's not the lack of reporting; it's the lack of a proper punishment system. But it's a similar point. But I do take your point. But I just don't agree with the penalty system, so I basically refuse to participate in it. Essentially, if both incidents get reported and the Silverstone off-track lap gets reported, he probably gets the penalty now. Yeah, I know, Tom. I know. But yeah, I don't know. It's also Create Series. We've got to bear that in mind. You know, it's not a league. We're not trying to give everyone a punishment for everything they ever possibly do wrong. Because the other thing is, what I don't agree with the stewards do is they don't factor in general Create Series driving. Like, we should be punishing the stuff that really is like, come on, don't do that. Like Ben's bad rejoin. I don't think we should punish Ben's slight swipe in a straight. I don't think we should punish me going slightly deep. Because we see this sort of stuff all the time in Create Series, all over the field. I haven't agreed with it in the past when they've given out warnings for stuff that gets seen every single day, all the time. And I know that stuff doesn't get reported, but that's still just the average standards. You can't give someone a penalty for just normal standards in a race. That doesn't make any sense. If he gets beat by me, you know it's a bad race. Yeah, and you had a penalty as well, Ryan. You're definitely with the constructors though, Ryan, with your pace at the moment. Absolutely cooking. They should be done based on individual. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and say creators should do exactly this penalty system, because I don't have the answer. There's a few systems they could pursue. I just don't agree that, you know, unless it's absolutely outrageous, the first one is always a warning. That's silly to me. If someone's doing something bad, like there, which, I was lucky that didn't give me damage. And by the way, it did give Karim damage. Karim also got damage from that, and Ben got damage. I was just lucky that I didn't get any damage. Then they should get an instant penalty. They should get a position drop or an instant quali ban, or qualifying's not that important, but at least it's something straight away. I think the warning should be possible. If someone's done something a little bit naughty and you go, yeah, we don't really want to see this, but like, they don't normally drive like this, we'll just give them a warning to be like, look, just don't do that in the future. That's completely fair, but always the first thing being a warning is just dumb to me. Yeah. You don't have any pen system on VSE, for example? Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. So in VSE, I'll tell you the pen system. So in VSE ranked, we have a reporting system. We have similar rules to Creator Series, really. We say if someone's alongside, give them room, full stop. We say we broadly follow the rules of F1 and other things like no purposeful safety cars and things like that. Obvious kind of league racing stuff. But in terms of penalties, right? So we can give someone... In theory, we give someone a warning. We don't really have a warning system, to be honest. It's normally a racing incident, or we give position drops. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this because it's a massive talking point that I know not everyone agrees with. Everyone thinks we should give time penalties. For me, I don't think that just because you're a fast driver, you should have less of a punishment than a slower or more average driver. I don't think that makes any sense. So, it should have been a 5-second penalty, but I was fast enough to get rid of it. Yes, so you got punished. You should be punished. Just because you're fast enough to drive 5 seconds away from the drivers behind doesn't mean you shouldn't be punished. So we do position drops. So we can give a 1 position drop. We can give as many as we want. And we actually sometimes give more. We sometimes give 30 position drops because it's a ranked system, so they lose more rank if we give them a bigger drop. Obviously, that wouldn't work in Creator Series. And then, of course, we can give bans. So the other system we have in VSE ranked is if someone gets, I think it's 3 penalties in the last 10 races. If Safs is in chat, he can 100% confirm that. I think it's 3 penalties, some sort of position drop in the last 10 races. They also get an instant 1 week ban. So obviously that's a race ban, effectively the equivalent, because we have 5 races a week. So they instantly get a 1 week ban, and then that escalates. So if they then get another one soon after that, they then get a 2 week ban. Another one is a 4 week ban. And obviously it comes to a point we'll just ban them if they're being silly. And we have instant bans. If someone just comes in and purposely takes someone out, that's an instant ban. Normally we start at 4 week bans for purposeful takeouts, because we bear in mind that sometimes people lose their head. And although we don't want to see purposeful takeouts, sometimes people lose their head. They might never do it again. A lifetime ban for 1 incident seems harsh. So we'll normally start with a 4 week ban, which is sort of standard in things like iRacing. But then obviously from there, if they do it again, it's probably a lifetime ban, etc. So yeah, that's basically the way the penalty system works. Just to slightly explain it, the reason we do position drops and not time penalties or grid drops is because we don't know when that person's going to race again. And it's also very hard to police a grid drop. If they conveniently forget the grid drop, haven't really got a way to police that. A position drop, we can do that straight away, on our system immediately. And we also don't always have the time data in the results. Sometimes we get screenshots that's not of the final results screen, and we have to kind of guesstimate things. We don't always have the actual finishing results all the time. So position drop, we can always drop someone's position. Sometimes it's hard to add 5 seconds to someone's time. So that makes sense for VSC ranked. I'm not necessarily saying that system is good for Creator Series. I think it does work for the game. I think it doesn't work in real life, because I think it's better to have in-race penalties in real life, where someone can use their penalty and get out of the way, rather than get to the end of the race and 5 people got penalties and you're like, wait, who's finishing where? And it becomes complicated. It's better in real racing to get the penalty out of the way ASAP, but of course we don't have any in-race stewarding in VSE. So yeah, long answer, but that's the gist. Yeah, so Saf does confirm, with 3 place drops within 10 races equals 1 week ban. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people don't agree with the time drops, and I get it to some extent. But I think when I explain it like that, and there's probably more reasons as well, it does start to make sense. There is a good reason behind it. What about penalties? Some of the drivers vote on the outcome. Yeah, we've looked at that with VSC Rank, Tom, and I think you're more talking about Creator Series now. The problem is there's bias there. There will always be bias there. There will always be some drivers that are more popular than others. There will always be some sort of, if you open it publicly, there's always going to be different fan base size, and again popularity comes into it. Not everyone likes to race the same way. People's past would come into it. Someone might say, oh yeah, someone's done a bit dodgy there, but he's always raced me cleanly in the past. It's just it's flawed, really. And it also means, just like we see in real life with different stewards, it means fundamentally an uneven application of the rules, which isn't great. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily like to see a voting system. I think it'd be better than what Creator Series has currently got, but that's not saying much. AI doing a student would cause more problems. Yeah, AI student would be a no-go for sure. The other thing, of course, with Creator Series is someone might be planning to take I think, as far as I'm aware, it resets. So if they get a warning, then a quali ban, then a race ban, first of all, they might be planning to take that week off anyway. There's no way of knowing whether they could take the week off, because they could just claim that they were going to race and, oh no, I've got a race ban, oh well, and it's actually they would have missed that race anyway. That's the point one. Point two is that wait, what was my point two? Got my point two. Oh yeah, then it resets. So I believe you go warning, quali ban, race ban, and then I think you then go back to a warning, which makes no sense at all. I could be wrong on that. I don't think anyone's ever got a race ban and then done another one after doing three things, but I think that's how it works. Yeah, anyway. Right. Should we move on? Let's move on. But yeah, again, I think you guys have got a very balanced opinion, I think, on the Ben Daily stuff. All right, now, another incident involving me. And do you know what, by the way, just before we get into the other incident involving me, I am happy with my race, right? We saw in previous races I've been a bit too passive, and it's meant that I've had super squeaky clean races, which has been great, but it's also meant that I've been walked all over a little bit at times and not got the results I should have done. Silverstone was a great example of that. In this race and in future races, I decided, no, I'm going to go more aggressive. Not, I still want to drive clean, obviously, but I'm going to go for more moves than I would have done previously. So that's exactly what you saw. I enjoyed the race more because of it. Yes, with hindsight, I would do things a little bit differently, maybe. Obviously, like the mistake I just made there, outbreaking myself and hitting into Ben. Obviously, I didn't mean to do that, but going for that move was absolutely on. It wasn't harebrained to go for that in the first place. So I've got no regrets from this race. But anyway, that being said, let's move on to the last lap then.
Let's wait for the next
which is the other incident I was involved with, which is primarily with Razin. There we go. So, once again, we're going to break this down into three elements. One is, was this legal? Two is, was it smart? And three is, would it have actually worked out if what happens doesn't happen? So we're on to the final lap here. I won't give too much context on the previous stuff, because we'll get into that when we cover the when is it smart point. But you can see the guys super close to front. We're on the final lap. And I'm going to go for a move here. We'll just watch it through. I won't say anything for now. We'll just watch it through and we'll go from there. Razin, you can't just turn in. What are you doing? So there you go. There's that one. So I think there'll already be some polarizing opinions on that. But let me talk you through what happens first, and then we'll talk through those 3 points. So coming into here, you can see I'm burning the battery. I've got a massive run on Raz, and I go for up the inside. I get alongside, and then he turns in quite early. You can see clearly there he's not planning to give any room. Regardless of my actions, he's not planning to give any room. And then we collide. We both go wide. And ultimately, he holds onto the position by going wide. So point number one. Was this legal? For me, yes, absolutely. We'll get onto the was it smart in a moment. But this is 100% legal. Because it's not like I'm barely alongside, or I only just get alongside as he starts turning in. You can see with the amount of overspeed I've got here, GB hasn't even turned in yet, let alone Razin, and I've just got alongside. By the time Razin gets to the actual turning point, which you can see GB's turn about there, look how far alongside I am. This was a completely legal and legit move. So legally, I'm alongside enough, even by real life racing rules, which we don't run in Creator Series, by real life racing rules, this move is absolutely on, right? Legality, up to this point, legal. We'll cover whether I would have got it stopped and stuff in a second, right? Second of all, was this smart to go for this? Now, this one is much more up for debate. I think this is where really people are gonna disagree with each other and with me. For me, there'll be a lot of people that say this is dumb, not a good place to go for a move, etc., etc. What are you doing? I know GB in particular was saying, like, you were better off sitting behind. You're right there. You got loads of battery. You'd have had slipstream. You got overtake mode. Like you were going to get the move done.
Just subscribed on Twitch.
And I agree on the face of it. The reason I went for this is because I didn't want it to become 3 wide in the final corner, which would have caused some sort of incident. We've seen on the straight previously, the previous incident, Creator Series drivers like to block, and it's not like it's a straight running into the final corner of Spa. So A, the odds of me actually being able to get alongside anyone are slim. And B, best case scenario, we're 3 wide into the final corner. That's probably not going to end well for somebody. The odds are that would probably be me ending badly for, because I'm obviously would be the third person coming in. But somebody is probably going to get deleted somewhere. We're all going for it. It's the last lap. We're 3 wide into a corner that you barely want to be 2 wide into, right? That was what was going to happen. And I had plenty of battery. So I didn't want that to happen. So I went for it here. I know people will still disagree. For me, this is the smarter move. To try and go for some move in the middle sector by burning a bit of battery. I believe at this, before this straight, I had more battery than the cars in front. I believe at this phase, I've also got more grip in my tyres. And I knew that we didn't need a full battery charge necessarily for the final straight. And if I did get past Razin here, I'd have been in GB slipstream with the potential ability to go for the race win. And obviously, I still would have had Razin close behind me. If we got through this cleanly and I was ahead of Razin, right, it would not have been guaranteed. I know you're not all going to agree with that. I don't regret this. I think this is, for me, the better move than just sitting and waiting till the end. Because if you look before this straight, I'm up to 70% charge at this phase of the lap. We've still got multiple overtaking opportunities. I would have been 100% charged early. I had more charge. I was trying to use it. Obviously, with hindsight, it maybe wasn't that smart. Because it is an aggressive move. There's no get away from that. It's a very aggressive move. It's a corner you don't really want to go for it in. I think it was the right idea. I think with hindsight, maybe not the move to go for. All right, that's the sort of smartness. Before we move on, actually, should we get you guys to vote on this? So. Simple. I think I know which way this one's going to go. But with all that in mind, was it dumb or smart to go for the move here? 1 or 2? Dumb place to go for a move. The dumb move to go for. Too smart. We'll get on to whether I would have got it stopped in a moment. But just fundamentally going for this move, regardless of outcome, was it dumb? Was it smart? I think most people will probably say dumb. Yeah, there you go. Most people saying dumb, and I'm not remotely surprised at that. not remotely surprised at that. Yeah, so most people saying dumb. Fair enough. I'm not going to disagree with you guys. I get it. I had different logic, and fair enough. But I completely see that point of view. I've got no complaints. So third point then is whether I got it stopped. So I checked the previous lap. In fact, I will go and do that right now. I checked the couple laps before lap.
That's why.
Just see my apex speed. There we go. Let's get my apex speed. We'll take the average across a couple of laps. 258k. 258k was my apex speed that time. Next lap, I think it might be in some dirty air.
Certainly didn't see.
257. This is just after the apex, actually, but that's the sort of minimum apex speed. Right, let's get speed when we hit the curb. 260. So yeah, it's about simple. It's about 260. We'll do one more lap because we can. Make sure it's a proper average.
I was done with.
Little bit that time, a bit more relief. So it's about 260, right? It's about 260 k's of speed I should have been carrying. So let's go on to the final lap.
Better get it straight back. That's it for now.
See the speed I got to before the contact. Yeah, I know. When I skip the bit rate, you can see it does that. It's just part of my recording software. Okay, so just before the contact, probably 300 to. I don't think there's any contact yet. 294. 288. There's the contact, and then you can see it jumps down to 244. So 288 kilometers an hour, right? So at this phase of the corner, and obviously we will factor in the line in a second. At this phase of the corner, I was about 18 kilometers an hour too fast for an ideal racing line. Obviously, I've not got an ideal racing line, so realistically, I'm going to need to do about, what do you reckon, 250, 240 maybe even. So at this phase of the corner, I'm about 40 kilometers an hour too fast, which is obviously massive. But look how early we are in the corner. We'll watch it through at full speed once again, just to see how quickly the speed drops. Just watch the speed, watch how quickly it drops.
Razin.
You can see it drops very, very quickly there from 320. We actually get down 40 kilometers an hour in probably about a quarter of a second. So it wouldn't have been much longer before I was at that speed, right? For me, we can guesstimate what would have happened But for me, and I've always said this, if someone turns in around the outside, you never got to find out what happened. I think we could say that I was going to make the corner. We could say I wasn't going to make the corner. We never got to find out those things. And that, for me, is the problem with turning in on somebody, as Razin clearly does here, is that you automatically take some blame. You automatically take some blame because it's impossible now to know whether I would have shoved him off. And I don't race by shoving people off. I don't tend to dive in a corner and just smash them off the track. That's not how I race. That's not to say I can't misjudge things. Obviously, I did do it on Ben earlier in the race. So it's not like I was steaming in here, never planning to give him any room. My intention was to give him some room. The fundamental answer is we don't know whether I would have been able to give him some space if he just left me just a car's width. Not jumped out of the way, just a car's width. I believe I'd have just about been able to keep it on track and give him a little bit of room to keep a wheel on track. Obviously, we don't know. That's my belief. I'm sure you guys will disagree, but it's so early in the corner, we never really got to find out. So, the fundamental answer is I don't know whether I got it stopped. I also don't know whether, if I did just shove him off, whether I'd just let him back through anyway. I have done that in the past, and I think if it was a clear I've just smashed into him and shoved him off, I'm pretty certain I'd have let him back through. I don't tend to take kindly to just shoving people off, especially this late, and just fully siding, what do you call it, sideswiping somebody. It isn't how I go racing. So, but yeah, fundamentally, Razin turns in and we never really got to find out. And I never like this kind of racing. Razin's basically done the Ben Daly attitude where he's gone, I don't believe you should have gone for that move, so I'm going to turn in on you, which is just not necessarily all that smart. Yeah, it is what it is. You're in the inside, carrying too much speed, you're pushing me off regardless. It's Barcelona reverse, as I said. Yeah, maybe Razin, maybe. I think that, that's your opinion. My opinion is I would have got it stopped and would have been able to leave you room. We just don't know. We just don't know. It's so early in the corner that we just don't get to find out. But absolutely, you may be absolutely right. If Razin left me cards up here and I shove him off track, 100% on me, no doubt about it. But fundamentally, none of us know that for sure. We just don't know. Yeah. Say Razin doing a Ben Daly is nuts. Well, it's a fact. He has turned in on me. I am alongside. He has turned in on me. That is just a fact. There's not really getting away from that. Yeah. The Barcelona's your fault because we never found out. I can't remember Barcelona. Razin, what was Barcelona? Oh yeah, the final lap. I don't know. I think Barcelona, I did leave you a little bit of room. I think here you've clearly turned it. I mean, look, you're literally more to the inside. In fact, let's go more Razin. It looks to me like you're more on the inside than GB, which obviously. Shh, Ben. You're obviously GB's going to be on the optimal racing line. So I did leave you a little bit of room in Barcelona, so I don't think it's perfectly comparable, but. Right.
It's always so much better from the from slipstream.
I think we can all agree that regardless, Razin didn't deserve the outcome that he got in the end. He ended up P4 and in the gravel, which is he didn't deserve that regardless of how you sit. I barely turned. Yeah, we'll have a look. Razin.
So we haven't re-jump out enough.
Yeah, they're playing reaction time. He saw me coming. That's why I was going defensive.
Okay.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point. From Razin's POV, it doesn't look like he turns in much, does it? I haven't actually seen this POV yet, by the way. So he definitely sees me coming. He's looking behind. You can see the proximity arrow. Go to the inside there. He wouldn't do that if he didn't know I was there. Yeah, he turns very, very early there. But yeah, to be fair to Razin, on board, I don't think he does a lot wrong. It's the first time I've seen that POV. On board, I don't think he does a lot wrong. There's a slight turn in there, but with the speeds we're carrying, there's quite a lot of contact.
Okay.
He has definitely reacted to me a little bit when I get alongside. He does definitely do a bit of a reactionary move, which is maybe what I consider the turn in. And maybe it wasn't the turn in, maybe it was just a reactionary move, which is much better. There, like, he turns left there, which is obviously absurd. But it does look like he's not fully committed to the corner. It's definitely not as bad from Razin's POV in terms of Raz's actions from what I can see. But he does turn in a little bit, but I don't think it's that bad. It definitely felt worse in my POV. What's he supposed to do? Leave the cars with the apex. That's all it is, really. Can it? Full speed. So I think that reaction move is what I felt like was turning. But if you actually look at the actual angle of his car after he makes the reaction move, it does look like he's not just going to fully do the full bend daily. It does look like he's sort of turned a bit, but he's sort of planning to give me a little bit of room, but doesn't quite do it, and there's a bit of contact. So yeah, to be fair, from Raz's POV, I don't think he does much wrong. I don't think, not that I thought he deserved a penalty or anything like that anyway, but I don't think he does a lot wrong here at all. From that POV, he turns in a little bit, sure, but it's not like he's gone, nah, gonna swipe across you, get in the bin, buddy. He's just moved a little bit after I've gone for the move. I think that's all it. I don't even think we can call it a turn in. I think it can be called a reaction move at worst, I would suggest. But yeah, all right, let's do a vote, shall we? I think I know the way this is going to go, but let's do a vote. There you go, chat. Get voting. Number 1, Razen's fault. Number 2, my fault. Number 3, my fault, and I deserve some sort of penalty for it. Vote in chat right now. You can't do 2.5 chat. That won't count. Unless 2.5 gets into the top 5 most used words. You got to pick one. So yeah, most people going 2 with a sputtering of 3. I'm surprised there's ones even on the chart, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, 2.5. Yeah, again, guys, I think you're absolutely spot on. I think honestly, before seeing the Razen POV, I think I'd be much more leaning on just like racing incident. But having seen the Razen's POV, I think definitely there wasn't a lot more he could have done. It is just tight going up the inside there. He does do a bit of a reaction move, which isn't the best. But yeah, I don't disagree. It's why I wasn't using my battery and trying to get a rage hit back or whatever. But anyway, let's have a look a little bit later on. There's not too much more to review.
What are you doing?
I know some people like to, just to cover this off as well for maybe some less experienced viewers and players. I know sometimes people like to use the end result of where you ended up to be like, look, you haven't been doing. Like, obviously, we ended up all the way out here. I literally, that's not where I've ended up. You saw we slid and stuff. I mean, look how much momentum we've lost. Razin wouldn't have ended up there, etc. So it's just, with the contact model in this game, you tend to slide and go wide when there's contact. What are you doing? That's not an indication where we actually would have ended up.
There. Why did you just turn in like that?
There, you can see now I've not got much battery.
That's such a shame.
So my intention was to get past him, then recharge like mad before the final straight.
Because he didn't want me to go for it. Oh, don't go for it here, Alex. Don't go for it here. I want to go for the win. That's great, but I'm alongside you.
Honestly, similar sort of thing here, actually, interestingly. We just a very different outcome. So it's once again, I go for it here, up the inside. And Razin, once again, a little bit of reaction move. I think he actually might slightly turn right on this one. This one's not that deep, but I think he might slightly turn right. He definitely straightens his car, and it catches me by surprise because he's going to the left, and suddenly he at least straightens.
I want to go for the win. That's great, but I'm alongside you. You've got to give room.
Razin. To me, that one's 100% a racing incident because Razin there, as I'm got the momentum to go alongside him, he straightens / turn. I think he might turn right a little bit actually. So then I turn right to try and adjust to it, and there's just loads of contact. But he's just changed direction again, a bit of a reaction move. He's just changed direction super late, and then he ends up backing out. So for me, that one's a bit of a nothing burger. Again, just a racing incident. I don't think it's much. To be honest, if Razin didn't get deleted by Lolly, he probably would have got it back. So I don't have that much battery at this phase. 50%. He may well have got it back if I suspect. In fact, we'll go check. I suspect he had more battery. On the apex here. As we accelerate, I've got 50% as we accelerate. So much Razin had as we accelerate. That's Razen's fault. That's a reaction. Yeah, I don't think we can vote if you want, but I like. Some people will say that was my fault for going for the move. Other people will say it's Razen's fault for reacting. I think fundamentally it's a big old racing incident.
I'm gonna hurry.
He has 75%, so I could pretty much guarantee you that if he doesn't, well, he hasn't got overtake mode, but still, I could pretty much guarantee you'd have got it back here if he didn't get
Am I saving? Cool.
Yeah, let's have a look at his inputs.
I'm gonna hurry.
Oh, well, I think his wheels misaligned because that's a lot of right turning. I think his wheels might be slightly uncentered.
So I'll push somebody off.
You see his in-game wheel?
Cool.
We'll do a super slow moment so we can see his in-game wheel.
I'm gonna
Is what he's saying that he's keep his win. So let's it's not going to be hard to see. Let's see if we look at his in-game wheel, see if we turn right. Yeah, turning right there, turning right, turning right, turning right. I don't know if his car actually ends up going from the left of the track to the right of the track necessarily, but clearly he like straightens the car or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we'll have a vote on this one, but I don't really. This one's not deep for me. I didn't put racing incident last one, by the way. I completely forgot. I think that's quite telling. There you go. Get voted out, chat. Racing incident, Raz's fault or my fault for this one. I think there's going to be. I honestly think this one might end up quite even. I think most people are going to say racing incident, but I think some people say Raz's fault, some people say my fault. See. Okay. Less people don't expect to say my fault, honestly. But yeah, almost everyone's saying racing incident. That's not a big surprise. That's not a big surprise at all. So yeah, I agree. Like I said, to me, this one was a bit of a nothing burger. Although there's a bit of contact, which isn't ideal. It's just a racing incident. But anyway, let's see what happens between him and Lolly, shall we? Because this one was a bit spicy as well. I do feel for Razin. I haven't seen his reaction yet. Not much of one.
No words. No words.
Yeah. Regardless of anything else, I feel for him. He was vying for the win for this entire race. He started the final lap in the lead, and he ends up P4 through no real fault of his own. He's not like he's done anything outrageous. He's not done anything silly. Brutal. He didn't deserve P4. Definitely didn't deserve to end up in the gravel and 4 seconds off the lead at the end. So absolutely brutal. Anyway, so let's have a look at Lolly's PV of this, because to me, I did look at this from my replay on Saturday night. But for me, it looked like Razin squeezed a little bit, which is a fair racing tactic to squeeze somebody a little bit. But when you do that, you can't be surprised when it goes wrong, as it did. That's the way I called it while watching the replay. But we'll watch Lolly's PB here. Oh, Lolly's literally on 100% battery. Yeah, I mean, haven't seen it from Lolly's POV. I'm pretty sure Razin just squeezing a bit too much. Just a bit too much of a squeeze. I think we'll do a vote in a second. For me, that's Razin. He's clearly given some room, because look, the racing eyes have your front wheel touching that white line. There you go, just like that. So he's given some room. He's not perfectly on his racing line, but it's clearly a squeeze. This is people debate about this. Some people think you've got to leave a car's width to the white line. That's not true. Not for me anyway. You've got to leave a car's width to what would normally be considered a racing surface. As you can see by mine and GB's line in front, this curb on the inside is not a racing surface because it slides the car. So this is too much of a squeeze. If this curb was perfectly flat and me and GB are using the curb, Razin's given plenty of room here. Plenty of room. But because you don't want to use that curb, Razin squeezed a bit too much. And sort of, I'm not going to say got what he deserved because that's insane, but when you squeeze like this, you can't be that surprised when it goes badly for you. We'll go back all the time watching slow-mo. It's a fair tactic by Razin to try and squeeze a little bit. He just does it a little bit too much. A little bit too much and ends up in the gravel. He didn't deserve to be in the gravel just for slightly squeezing too much, but... And you could say whether Lolly should have gone for that move or not. I think you could argue maybe he shouldn't have done, but it's the last lap. You know, he's just seen Razin be compromised. He's going to go for it. I don't think Lolly does a lot wrong here. Yes, it's a little bit aggressive to go for the move. I don't think he does a lot wrong. I think Razin's just squeezed a little bit too much. Razin says, personally, I don't blame Lolly. You either do this and don't mount the curb, or you mount and back off the throttle. That sounds like you are blaming Lolly. I don't understand. Lolly's got an if gap car. Yeah, pretty much. Should we, let's do a vote on this one, shall we? There you go. Get voted now, chat. Racing incident. Lolly's fault. Razin's fault. Simple as that. I don't think anyone deserves a penalty for this. But yeah, definitely a squeeze for me, definitely a squeeze by Razin, and it's unfortunate, but I honestly, I think I might have driven exactly the same as Razin in this exact scenario. I'd like to think I'd give a bit more room than that, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was me driving Razin's car there. Okay, you guys are actually leaning more towards Lollyfault. That's interesting. But it's very close, look, very close. That's the most 50-50 or, equal vote we've seen across any of them. So, yeah, fair. But most people saying Racing Instant, but slightly leaning towards Lolly's fault, I guess, just for going for the move in the first place. Do Twitch polls? Nah, we do this phone system. It's better. Largest turn angles. I'm spinning. Yeah, I do feel for you, Razin. I do feel for you. Like, fair play for trying to give a bit of room. You just didn't give him quite enough, and I appreciate. But if I went wider, I would have spun. But that's not really. That's sort of relevant, really. If someone's up your inside, you need to give them room. Whether that's gonna mean you've got to back out or not, it's yeah. But racing, it's just a huge racing. Like, you can put a bit of blame at everyone's door. It's just a racing incident for me. But yeah, it's unfortunate for Razin. Like, he had enough batteries to get me back for sure. Lolly, I probably would have finished 4th if this doesn't happen, to be honest. Having burnt all the battery in the middle set to try and get them. I think if I got the clean move done in Puon, I think I could have had enough battery to stick with these guys with some slipstream on GB, but that wasn't what happened, so yeah. Technically, there's room. It's more on the final lap. Do you want to keep your throttle in on the curb or not? Yeah, he's always going to go for it, isn't he? It's just, I think any other lap, I think this doesn't happen. Any other lap, one of you, either Razin gives a bit more room and goes, brilliant, like, that's annoying, but whatever, I'll get him back in a sec. Or Lolly backs out. Because of the last lap, no one wanted to yield for understandable reasons. Yeah, it's fair. Anyway, right, that's the main drama that I had. So we've got a couple other little bits, though. So, now, there was a few people after the race, 2 in particular that I noticed. In particular, Jake Maraki and Tom97, but also I think a little bit Vince, who weren't very happy. They were saying things like, great game, hate this game, hate this track, hate these rules, etc., etc. Like, they were not having a good time. They were angry. They were just not having a good time. Look, the first thing I want to say is, playing this game and racing in Creator Series are entirely optional. If they genuinely are not enjoying it that much, don't race it. I really enjoyed Spa. I like the battery management stuff. I enjoyed the challenge of Spa, the lifting, the trying to master the battery. It was a bit of an art, and I really enjoyed it, right? Now, I know that I'm a bit on the other end of the extreme of actually really enjoying these regulations, especially to drive, but that's my POV, right? Other people, if they're on the other end of the spectrum, they're genuinely not enjoying their Saturday night because it's 2026 regulations. Stop playing. Stop playing the game. Stop driving a Creator Series. It's as simple as that. I was a bit surprised at this. So let's go have a look at. I know. Jake was not happy at the end. So let's go look at his POV.
Up, guys. One moment.
I'm just a bit bored of people here. To be honest, I'm a bit bored of just. To be honest, I'm just a bit bored of hearing people just constantly complain and just be like, "Oh, this is the worst. I hate this." Just don't do it then, bro. Like, if you genuinely hate it as much as you're claiming, then don't do it. Now, obviously, Jake's had a very boring race. He only stayed because he was the host, so sort of had to. So Jake's had a look at me, like P16 miles off. Like,
yeah, it could be anything then.
Just go to the final lap, see what he says.
I don't think I've seen anybody on this hard stint, no.
So that's fair frustration for being on your own and being bored. Like that, that's racing sometimes. So that's fair, but it's battery in particular is burning out. I know he's moaning about it earlier on. Let's just hear what he says to kind of conclude the race before we go and find his actual moans while he's in traffic about battery. And obviously, if you don't like the real life regulations, that's kind of a separate thing because, they might change the stuff. But like Jake here or Tom or whoever doesn't have to be racing in Creator Series on a Saturday evening or streaming it. They might just go to the end. See what it says.
I genuinely couldn't get above fucking like 308 kph there. I don't understand. Oh, no VSC, yeah, all 22. Damn, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened. BB Lolly Gillon, yeah. Fair's Alex for like Alex's strategy was really, really good. I don't know, man.
So not very happy, not very happy. Just a bit sad. But let's go back and have a look at his, because I know at the start he was actively quite angry, but he was just burning all his battery. Let's see if we can. Let's go see if we can find it.
Around here because I thought. Already saved point 1-2. Being.
Good God. Very wide. What are they doing? They're just sitting pretty right now.
Highway really isn't that bad.
Not saying too much, to be fair.
Just subscribed on Twitch.
Split this train up, hasn't it?
He's not saying too much, to be fair, but anyway, he was enjoying it. Let's watch Tom 97 though, because I know Tom 97 in particular was look.
You get
Very bad at battery management for almost the entire race. And quite angry at the finish. I think maybe it was Tom I should have watched rather than Jake. So let's do the same thing here. Let's get Tom's reaction at the finish. Just spent 2 hours of his life. 2 hours of his life for that. Have that level of enjoyment out of it. But the first few laps of Tom are interesting because I mean, look, he's P15. He has such a horrendous battery management strategy, which we know is, rightly or wrongly, we know it's a big thing in this game, and he knew that before he started this race. Let's watch Tom's on board from the start.
Nearly got off the line there.
Pretty good start from Tom.
3 wide.
Obviously, we know Tom's quality in the past. Tom's been really fantastic driver.
Everyone's going to just burn down to 0 here, I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, it's pretty standard stuff so far. Like Tom even thinking about going for that. He never was. Well, that's quite the cut by Fimex.
Yeah.
And then look, he's somehow, despite having gained nothing, he's back down to 30% battery. Fimex is absolutely going for this. 70, 80% at the start straight, not too bad.
Let's see who's got more battery then.
But then this is not smart.
Oh boy. Oh no.
He's burning all of it down this straight just to get boxed in. That was entirely predictable at the start of the straight. So he's just basically wasted 40% of battery.
Okay. He's still there, bro.
And now he's down to 15% before he hits the brakes. Causes an incident at the end of it. That's just a skill issue.
I'm surprised that happened. That was horrible for me. Somehow.
And again, burning battery down this straight.
By some miracle. 158 bias, but I didn't really struggle with the brakes. And then suddenly I just locked up.
Only 50% on this exit, which isn't great.
Oh.
Is he about to get... He's just not burning batteries. Let people attack him.
Everyone got endless battery. What's going on?
He's just burning in the wrong places, Tom.
Battery.
And now he's literally got 0. He's going to get absolutely annihilated. P10. P11. P12. P13.
Nice.
Noel just
I swear I don't do
subscribed
this
on
on
Twitch.
purpose.
Just absolutely horrendous. Let's see what else happens. 'Cause he loses more. Okay, 100% on this exit. That's good. He's done that well. How much is he going to burn down this straight?
Already.
Thank you, by the way, for the subs. Thank you, VMNOL, for the tier 1, 8 months subscribed. We had Hammer for that as well with the Prime, 30 months. We had Reese for that with the tier 1, 6 months subscribed. ACC Clips for that with the Prime sub. Thank you, ACC Clips. Ashley as well with the tier 1, 25 months subscribed. LB for that with the Prime sub, 31 months subscribed. Thank you, guys. Sorry, I missed those at the time. We were too busy waffling.
He's been racing today, yeah.
He's burned a bit here. That's not too bad. As long as he lifts a lot at the end of the straight. Down into none. Charging already. Alpine coming in a little bit. Got lift. Lifted a little bit. Not going to hit the recharge limit this lap. Not too bad. He's still on 80. No, don't burn now. He's okay. He's okay. No. That was not a smart use of boost there. He's still on 90%, so it should be all good.
Contact up ahead.
Yeah, not using boost though for some reason into a Rouge.
Have a day off.
Tell him to have a day off, but you got to use boost at the start of the straights, not at the ends. Again, why is not using boost? Use it. It's so late. Probably would have got the car in front if he used boost. Okay, and then recharging in the middle sector. Oh no, he didn't burn there, did he? It's just a race to the bottom, look, they're both burning.
Realistic. Equal.
You guys know what to do from lap 1? I mainly use logic. Oh my god. Again, look at the amount of batteries burnt for 0 gain. If you're going to use battery, you've got to be confident going for the move. And again, he's going to be a sitting duck here. Trying to recharge as much as he can. 65%. Last lap he was on over 90%. Yeah, not burning. You burn now? No, still not. To be fair, he's low. Oh, why are you burning now?
Running a handicap battery or something.
Bro literally thinks he's got a worse batch than everyone else. Why are you burning again now? Back down to 0. Lift. Again, you see, not lifting, but he's not gained anything. If you're not gonna either not save battery or you're gonna deploy battery, you've got to make sure you're gonna gain something. If you go for this, go for it. What's the point in not lifting and then just sitting there? Look, the car behind is 7/10 away. Perfect opportunity here. Only 3 cents made this point, to be fair. Now he's fading now, look, because he used the battery. So okay, fine. Now lift from now. But no, he's got all the way in. So he's not gonna hit the recharge limit again. Not quite. Burn again. Yeah. A little bit that time though. Right, lift. Okay, if he's going to get a move down, it's not the end of the world, but I can pretty much guarantee you Grid Joke's going to come straight back past on this straight.
Boxed in, man.
Why don't burn on exit? Don't burn just for a Rouge, surely. No, he didn't that time at least. But he did get murdered by Fabio. Right, now burn. Burn everything. Get in a slipstream, burn. Right down to 0. Yeah, there you go. Nice.
How much battery does
Okay,
everyone have?
now lift.
Like,
Lift. Eventually lifts.
I don't gain anything for not
when the car's close in front of that, you want to lift to capitalise on nothing going to happen. They're going to be side by side. They're going to be slow away. You may as well put that lap time loss in your battery. I don't know what he's doing there, stabbing the throttle.
To be fair, we're all in the train. I'm falling.
Okay, he's not burning boost there. That's good. He's got a lot of battery because he's just lifted so much.
In reality, I'm not.
Down to P15 now. I'm burning behind. No. Lift. To be fair, he's already harvested a lot this lap, so it should be all good. Let's see what he does from here, though. He'll be on 100% on this exit. Burn a little bit. No. Still in none. No, it's a medium at least. Ryan's got a bit of a run on them now. Is he going to burn it all to defend? Right, turn it off now. Turn it off now. Ryan, stop attacking. Turn it off. Down 7th. No. 3 wide in front, so lift. Lift. Ryan's half a second away. Lift. Lift. Okay, does eventually lift. Almost hits them. Okay, he does. No, he still doesn't quite hit the recharge limit. 80% battery. If you're going to burn, you've got to go for it. I think he's disconnected now, actually. I think he's disconnected now. Yeah, this is full carnage now, but just not good ERS strategy. So that ends up being frustrated with the stuff that's happening. But I mean, surely if you're going to play the game, especially to the level that Tom Knight 7 likes to play or wants to play and has played in the past, surely you got to get better than this at battery. Like if this is week 1, I get it. Or if you're a noob or something, I get it. Someone of Tom's quality and standard should not be that bad at battery, I feel like. Matt 212 put down. I'm not got anything on Matt 212 at the moment, but maybe there's a clip later on. I don't know. I'm frustrated at myself. First race I felt helpless. I learned nothing from career mode. Really? I mean, career mode, if you've got ERS upgrades, yeah, I agree, because it's very easy to recharge, and you can burn a lot of boost. So, to be fair, if you're playing a lot of career mode with ERS upgrades, it potentially is confusing you, maybe. But yeah, I get it, but like, there's phrases, isn't there? Either like, it's like sink or swim almost, isn't it? Like, if you're gonna play the game and you're gonna play the 2026 regulations, get to know them, get to enjoy them. And not everyone can, and I get that. Not everyone wants to. Not everyone is ever going to enjoy them. Completely fair enough. So then don't play the game. If you're going to play, like Tom is as a full-time reserve, technically reserve, but racing every single week, get to know the game you're playing, surely. All I play is career mode. Yeah, if you've got ERS upgrades, it probably isn't helping you, Tom. I've stopped playing the game. I'd rather have a race, not just recharge a battery. Yeah, completely fair enough. Like, I'm not saying that's wrong. Like, completely fair. It's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. I really enjoyed the 26 horsing Assetto course, for example, where you can automate this battery process. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a super clip button. But I gotta say, I actually think they've done an all right job on the automation of the ERS. It's not perfect, but it's not like it's horrendous. Like, obviously, it's mainly aimed at new drivers, but yeah. Anyway, I think more. Hey, Lolly, welcome in. We just reviewed your incident with Razin, Lolly. I enjoyed your reaction as well. You're very like, maybe a bit naughty. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I don't think you did much wrong there, Lolly. To be fair. All right. So yeah, just sink or swim. Like, just get on with it. Either way, stop moaning. All right, I want to talk a little bit about strategy. So for this, we'll have a little look at the live timing, because we've got the tyres here. Now, I was the only driver in the top, well, in the entire field to run my strategy. Hard, then soft, then mediums. A couple of people started hards. Not sure who player 61 is. Is that Vince? Yeah, Vince surely finished higher than that, didn't he? Maybe he didn't. I think that might be Vince. So Vince went hard, medium, soft. And Matt 2 and 2 went hard, soft, medium. Well, that's my strategy, isn't it? Hard, soft, medium. But he also boxed at the end for another set of softs, not too sure why. So Matt actually had the same strategy as me. But he's in P17. So I was the only person in top 16 and within a minute of the lead to do my strategy. So normally that means I've gone somewhere wrong, but I was trying to make my own luck on Saturday and doing things differently. And I feel like it worked. What I really liked and what I really want to talk about is the lack of safety cars. I enjoyed it a lot. And what it meant is, look at the strategy. Okay, the top two did similar strategy, but not the same. Soft, medium, hard, soft, hard, medium. Then we had hard, soft, medium, and then we've got some similar strategies there. Soft, medium, hard, soft, medium, hard, soft, medium, hard. Clearly, that's the default strategy, really, isn't it, in Creator Series these days? So most people run that as it's a bit of a default strategy. We had 3 different strategies in the top 3. Different pit laps as well. And I love that we all ended up within a second of each other. Really good fun. I really enjoyed that. It also punishes mistakes a little bit more. We saw people be a bit further down from, whatever, whoopsies, whatever. But the field spread I felt like was a bit lower, actually, in Creator Series than normal. But in terms of strategy, I feel like all 3 of those strategies are viable. Because there was no safety cars and there was no what I call Creator Series RNG, all 3 strategies are viable. Didn't really matter. There was no absolute optimal strategy. The 2 stop, because obviously in Creator Series as a rule, you've got to run soft, medium, and hard at some point. You've got to run all 3 compounds. But all 3 strategies are viable. It was fantastic. So we all ended up in the same place, which is really brilliant. It was good to see a tire offset at the end as well. I really enjoyed it. There was a few people praising me for my strategy. I think with hindsight, I don't really think it was any different to any other strategy. I think it was almost exactly the same. Because the safety car timing, if there was going to be one, was going to be the only thing that would decide that. What I did on purpose was get to the period where there's often a safety car, 10 laps on the end, and I had mediums. I felt like mediums were going to be the best race tire for the last 10 laps of the race. I thought that's when there was going to be a safety car. There wasn't. So I did time that, but so did everyone else. If there was a safety car with 10 laps to go, I'd have restarted P1 or P2 on medium tyres. But GB would have had probably another set of mediums as well. Most people had another set of softs. I think a lot of people would have gone softs. It would have been interesting. I don't think there was much to pick between their strategies, honestly. I think they're all very, very similar. I think the lack of safety cars was really the key thing that differentiated everybody. What do you guys think? How did you not undercut Lolly? Fuel mainly, but I was surprised, Razin. I was also surprised. I was surprised generally at the undercuts, actually. The undercut was not powerful at all. But yeah, I was surprised that Lolly, that I didn't undercut Lolly by more. But fuel. That's the one thing I did get wrong, was fuel. This is after the line, but I had apparently 0.7 afterwards. But that was with a bit of AI driving. I was about half a lap light. I actually didn't miss fuel. What actually happened was I wasn't in traffic for almost the entire race. I was in clean air for literally over half the race, which I didn't expect. That was the key thing for me. If I was in traffic, my fuel would have been completely fine, even without safety cars. Because I was in clear air the whole time, I did not have enough fuel to get to the end. It meant I had to save quite a lot and use Lolly a little bit, which compromised the end of my race. I think if I fueled half a lap lighter, or heavier, I think I could have had a good chance to win the race. I would have been able to catch leaders earlier, because I'd have been pushing rather than saving, and it would have had a good chance with better tyres at the end to be able to potentially overtake them, maybe. But it is what it is. I was still able to make it to the end. It's not like it was disastrous. If you don't go for a gap, you're no longer Lolly Noba. You use the hards more effectively? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I honestly don't think... I don't particularly think that any of those top three strategies are better than the other. I think we all end up at the same place. That's not a coincidence. And you got to bear in mind that GB and Razin were with each other. I don't know how much time they lost battling each other versus how much time they gained by overtake swapping. It's not worth that much. Not like it was with DRS previously. But maybe that helped them a little bit. I was actually in clear air for most of it. Yeah, I don't know. The undercut were lovely for you. No, Ryan, you didn't get ahead of me, I don't think, did you? Which surprised me as well. I was surprised that not more people undercut me, to be honest. Where did I come out? Let's have a look. So I did 21 laps. I think you must have undercut me. Did you box again soon after or something? I can't remember. I'm boxing this lap. Oh, right, he's ahead of me. I'm waffling. Absolutely waffling. Did he box before I got to him then, or did I just overtake him and forget? Oh, no, I did overtake him. I remember now. It was in turn 1, wasn't it? Was it here? I think it was in turn 1. Ryan was very respectful. Honestly, if anything, too respectful. Yeah, I think it's here. Obviously, we know I was being a bit more aggressive going for moves this week. Perfectly at the recharge point there. So people weren't bloody batch down the straight, so I was using this to be able to gain on people, and I saw I had to run on Ryan, so I went for it. But I think he got me back because I didn't quite have a full charge on the X because I wasn't able to lift while going for it cleanly. He gets me back. Too much battery here. I'm going to run out down this straight. Hopefully it will get me back. Okay, I had a lot of slipstream. That definitely helped. Ryan decides against, he decides against it, but he did have a bit of run on me there. He yeeted it on Lolly there.
No lift, no light code.
But yeah, there you go. Yeah, but even then, like, they undercut me by... So I boxed on lap 20. I did 21 laps apparently on my tyres. He undercut me by 10 laps to mediums versus my hards, and he was only 3 seconds ahead of me when I came out. Like, the undercut was like... It was really weird at Spa. The hards just seemed to go forever. I actually think with hindsight, I should have gone longer on the hards, maybe. I don't know, actually. I did one of the shortest stints on mediums, to be fair. GB did 16 laps on mediums, Raz did 17. Me and Lolly did 10 and 11, respectively. I actually did longer on softs than on mediums because I was waiting out for that safety car, but... Yeah, I don't know. Fuel was my only real issue in strategy. I think there wasn't much difference between them. Undercut is bad at Spa. Yeah, it was. Like, yeah, let's go to when I undercut Lolly, because, yeah, I was surprised as well.
Better at this stage.
I didn't undercut Lolly.
I think we're going to catch leaders here.
I also thought at one point that we were not going to catch the leaders. Box here. I know.
Okay, now anyway, a big issue.
I think our box is... Yes, it's slap a box.
You have a safety car now.
But this should have given me an undercut on Lolly. But everyone's going to mediums as well, and Lolly's on 20-odd lap old hards. I want to see my outlap, see if I like it much of my outlap.
P5, but with the fuel still being an issue. But again, you do save a little bit in the pit lane.
I actually went one lap earlier than the safety car window here, but I did. Worst case scenario, if there's a safety car on my outlap, I end up P2
So is Lolly,
with
in theory,
like half lap older tyres than Lolly. It's fine
safety car now.
because we had enough of a gap to the cars in front. If the cars in front boxed under a safety car, I still would have got them. I'm pretty sure.
The safety car now will come out P2.
There you go, just said it as well.
Theory.
Let's have a look at my outlap then.
7 seconds away. Alright, 0.7 then, chat. There's an issue. There's undoubtedly an issue. Well, I'll be concentrating on catching the cars in front, but I've got to concentrate on fuel
Yeah,
saving
see, full lift there, but it doesn't cost you that much. But I wonder if it's just a bad outlap.
Well, to be honest, I don't think I got it wrong because I was saving enough in the first stint. What I didn't expect was to be on my own for so much of this race.
Yeah, and that's normal.
It's not too slow in 2026 to do big lifts because
I don't know if it's the tyre warm up maybe, because I know the hards took ages to warm up.
You're half it instead of a full lift, so it does cost you a bit of time.
That looked fine.
Cars are 1.2 seconds faster. Okay, nice. Can't lift as much into here.
This looks alright. This outlook looks fine.
Speed on the exit.
I was literally ahead of Lolly. And I guess I could have lost out on the pit entry, I suppose, and pit exit. This honestly looks fine. I'm lifting quite a lot, but not excessively more than you would normally. I'm using battery.
On the outlap. We should be going fast slap actually. I always forget about fast slap, but I haven't got the fuel. I'm not going to worry about fast slap. It's 1 point. So I will try and potentially.
By the way, I think Lolly got fast slap. I should have gone for it. I would have got it.
Is now in.
It's a decent outlap. Let's make a mistake final quarter. I'm very surprised Lolly didn't undercut Lolly by more.
Couldn't like it much that lap because they're much trying to recharge a bit because it's an outlap.
Honestly, fine. No mistakes. No major lyco.
8 laps of fuel remaining, and gap to the car in front, 12.0 seconds.
Not more than normal lyco anyway.
Wow, fair
There
play
he
to
is.
Lolly. Fair play to Lolly.
I gained 0.3 on Lolly on my inlap, on my outlap. That's crazy. Crazy. Last 2 races at Spa, no safety car. I liked it though, Lolly. Actually, Lolly, what did you think of no safety car? Bear in mind, you still ended up P2, right in contention. Did you enjoy no safety car, or would you like to see more? Yeah, it could have been cold tyres there. It was hard to judge. Right. Anyway, one more thing. We're going to review Ben Daly's race in a second. We'll wait for Lolly to reply, though. English isn't his first language, to be fair. If he replied in Italian, I'm sure it'd be faster, but then I wouldn't know what the hell he's talking about. Lolly had boost on his in-lap. Yeah, but I had boost on my out-lap. It's not like he had more battery than me. I told my chat I plan for no safety cars, none of the usual triggers of racing. Well, fair play, Tom. That's very smart. I did, yeah. I kind of noticed that. When there's one of the usual trigger races, I do like. I'm like, okay, there's going to be safety cars, but I didn't necessarily notice that there wasn't any. Lolly says I like the safety car and fun. Obviously, depend on the situation, like USA last year. But this is the game. Yeah, fair. I enjoyed this because it's nice to occasionally have a race that in theory comes down to strategy. Obviously, in reality, we all end up in the same place, and I think that's forced by the Create Series rules being soft, medium, hard. I think without that, we'd had a more interesting strategic race. I do think they distracted from this race a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. It was interesting in the field spread actually. The field spread was small for the pack. The pack was closer than it normally is. There wasn't so many stragglers, but first to like fifth or whatever was like 20 seconds. It was quite big, maybe not quite that much. Oh yeah, he did disconnect Tom as well, didn't help, did it? Anyway, right, one final thing, guys. We're gonna review Ben's race a little bit because we've obviously already seen a few bits from Ben. Ben has been really clean so far this season. This race was not one of those races. So we're not going to watch every single second, but we'll kind of skim through his race here and see what's what. I probably should have downloaded it, but
All right, let's have a look
Here
at
we
the start
go.
first.
Bit of a wobble there from Jake, I think.
Decent start.
Good start, good start, good start. I was meant to start last with both GB and Karim today, but that is not happening. None of us fancy that. So we are going from at the front. I'll turn on my battery now. Let's go. None of us fancy that. So we are going from at the front. I'll turn on my battery now.
I'll
Not
break a
happening.
little bit there. He switches his battery
None of
point
us
off very
fancy that.
quickly.
So we are going from at the front. I'll turn on my battery now. None of us fancy that.
His battery
So
down
we are
ramping
going
seems slow.
from
Normally
up
if you tap the
front.
brakes it stops it.
Turn on my battery now.
I don't think he does tap the brakes.
These guys go, and I'm going to chill.
Sure.
Grim didn't do any lifting there, so we're going to have a big battery advantage.
Obviously pretty chill at the start.
I mean, he's smart.
I think it's less chill later
It
on when
is.
things don't necessarily go his way. Hold on, how's he end up here? Not a battery. Not going to have much. He's going to be sitting
Have
down on
three
the next
cars in
straight.
One straight. I think it is. Oh, I left my battery on.
Ben's normally clean, but in this race he
Oh,
wasn't,
oops.
Ollie.
That was user error there.
I don't think the rule's bad anyway, Tom, even with safety cars. 20%. How much GB wants to burn here. Enough.
Okay, GB will probably get me back here. That's fine. Big lift.
Oh, good. Yes, everyone's pretty chill so far. Then he had the incident with me on lap 7.
I'm going to get my...
Up there.
Okay. This is fine. We're still P5. I wonder what
Take
it's like
burn battery.
even
Oh my
further
god.
back.
Oh, that's a bit shady there. Ben purposely ran wide there to put Jake off track. Oh my god, that was close. A little bit shady,
It's
but
bad. Here, imagine,
whatever.
imagine what it's like. Oh my god, look at that! It's a freaking wave of cars! It's a wave of cars! I don't want to be back there! I don't want to be back there! It's crazy! This is creator series. I've never seen it before.
Medium hard to the end. I think with it being no safety cars, Razed, I think there'll be an option to do a 2-stop. I think, but it sort of guaranteed everyone did the same 2-stop. And the fact that everyone did different tyres, and yet we all end up in the same spot, shows there's no real strategy variety. It's just luck where the safety car comes
No, he's left.
as to what
Never mind.
tyres you've taken so far.
I'm better at lifting into these heavy corners, so like I'm gonna get myself in trouble with getting past people.
He's hit the recharge limit a bit early, so he hasn't got much battery.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
Fine.
I kind of just got backed up into Jake there.
For now, everything's looking good.
Get it off track there.
And Jake's got no battery now, so there you go. Oh, I don't want Alex to come through. Well, unlike you, Jake, you extended yourself trying to get past me. It didn't work. Tough guys, good. Like race. Good play from Alex. Go hards. The tyres are not mattering right now. I think I just need to outlast. I basically just want to do different long, get the fuck away
Right, let's go after the incident.
from it. Something that
Oh,
Alex
there it is.
each other there. It's still early on then. Just then. Okay, I think I might get out of here. Timing. 5. So, oh my god, Jake, your battery's so bad. I had to lift for you.
Not really length for the track, it's the pit stop lost
You're-
time, isn't it?
Lyco is bad. I've outbraked you.
That's okay. Well, we're not going to much
I
battery
got
for the
damage,
next straight.
buddy.
Percent, it's not great. I
So
don't suspect
frustrating.
Jake's got much more than that.
I'll burn the whole pack down here. I think Alex will get me. I've got no battery.
Yeah, this is where Ben
Here we
was,
go again.
Ben was relatively kind here.
This time I'll lift a bit more. Alex goes past. Lovely stuff. For everyone.
Chilling at the moment. Oh,
Crazy that he wants to burn on this tiny straight. That's crazy, Jake. What is this ERS strat? What are these ERS
Almost comes across.
straps
There we
for
go. Now.
everyone?
By the way, just to highlight what's triggered me wanting to watch Ben's race. I actually forgot to mention this at the start. Hello, have I closed live timing? Apparently, I've closed live timing. Wait, no, it's probably just the background. Here it is.
Okay, you can.
The thing we may want to watch Ben's race is the 57 collisions that he had. 57 collisions. See, just about on the right hand side there. 57. Absolutely crazy the amount of collisions that he had. The next highest was about 35. For comparison, the top guys 15, 14, 14, 22 for Razin, 10 for Ricky, 15 for Ryan, Ben 57, Krim 22, Bratic 32, Concept 19. Just an absolutely outrageous amount of collisions. So I kind of want to see what these are from. I think they're more later on when he's in the pack, to be honest. Right now it's pretty chill. He's chilling as well.
Fucking hell. Now it's sending it on me. Sat through all that and.
Wait, I bet he turned. No, he didn't turn across me. Alright. Gave me a good pace in this race, by the way. Okay, so we took a wing. Yeah, fair point, Razin. We didn't catch that quickly.
Jesus.
The hards are pretty good, actually.
I'm
Right.
gonna head. I've got.
I know when he's in the pack, things get a bit more spicy. Not around just yet. Here we go. Bit of a late move. I say no contact. I think there was a bit on the exit. And it's a none. Has he got enough battery? Unlikely. The next might be even lower. We'll see. Ah.
How can I get past these guys?
Save a lot of fuel
How
here.
can I do it? I swear if they hold me up through the kink, I have to lose all my momentum. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Alright, thank you. Thank you for the warning. Appreciate it. And illegal.
That move was illegal, I'm afraid, mate. Return the position.
Were you surprised?
give it back.
Just block the guy that he actually needs to let through.
Fucking
This is bad
overtake
driving.
me.
That was pretty bad driving.
Lose all my momentum.
I mean, this is, to me, this is another classic Ben Daly. When he burns battery, he does not like to not gain anything from it. So he's even saying it here. He's saying, I'm burning battery, I better be able to get these guys. But you can see when you're going to catch them, you know it's not a straight straight. You can see that they're drifting out there. He kind of drove into a closing gap. He's just hoping that Fibex jumps to the left there, which he doesn't do.
Alright, thank you. Thank you.
This is
for the warning.
entirely
Appreciate it.
expected. And illegal is also not a surprise.
Return
And then for some reason he gets the legal on Concept, but he actually Concept on the outside here. He blocks Concept from going for it on him. And then kind of parks the bus a bit in the middle.
Overtake me, you non.
So Fabio comes through. It's not great that. And now he's burning all his batteries getting back.
Stupids.
Not great. Oh no, surely not. No, okay, good. That'd have been bad.
I'm gonna get cleanest driver now.
No battery, but surely Concept's half a second back. No, Concept didn't save that much. I think he needs to go back. I think you want to tap Ben anyway. Yeah, all good.
Well,
Right.
Excellent. Tyres to put on.
P12 still only for Ben, almost half through this race.
Alright. I'm assuming everyone's done their first stop now.
Not me.
Big lift. Big lift here.
Makes sense. Let's go for it. More contact. It was okay though. That was alright. Eventually put Fibex on the curb there on the entrance, but I think I was alright overall.
There we go. We're squabbling through the corners.
And down on them a little bit there.
We get on with it. see if he wants to overtake me or not.
I thought he was going to turn in there, so backed out. 0% battery isn't great. Again, massive squeeze there, not great.
Overtake me or
I'm
not.
surprised if Felix alongside there. Let's have a look. I think you might put Fibex on the grass there. And okay, he doesn't get a red proximity arrow, but we're driving in a straight here, and he's just looked behind him. The fact that I think he put him on the grass, if he puts him on the grass, the lack of proximity arrow won't be an excuse. I think he's potentially put him on the grass here.
Penso di sì, Claudia. La nave non si sta bloccando.
I haven't seen that, Razin. I don't think.
Mo, raga, posso fare...
Here it is. Got much.
Full leago.
Okay, no, he does just lift. No, it's all good. It's all good. All good.
Alright. Everyone else gets blue boost. Happy
Fibex
days for them.
better than me, Tom.
Do my best to drag the train along. If you want to go for it, go for it.
Good. 60, 70% battery is not bad.
I swear he's not even full throttle here.
No, switch battery off earlier. Fabio goes. Ben will not want to fall back through the pack.
Please. We need to calm down, guys. Oh dear, we're going to make it 3 wides.
I always love the Ben mentality. Always likes to moan about, like, guys, let's calm down. Guys, let's not go 3 wide. But here...
Calm down, please. We need to calm down, guys. Oh dear, we're going to make it 3 wides.
As he hits the brakes, as the car on the inside, he's behind all the other 3. And yet... brakes so late that you managed to outbrake Fabio. I'm surprised Fabio actually backed out here, but like he's the one moaning about, oh, what are we doing, guys? Why are we 3 wide? And then he just absolutely launches it from the middle. It works, to be fair. It's a nice move, but oh, okay, no, it doesn't. Oh, he chose Fibex off. Didn't even see that before. But that's only because Fabio opted to brake incredibly early. Kind of goes white a bit. It's not great on Fibex, but
like these guys want to lose time.
I'll give him a pass that time.
Hey. 1, 2. Oh, well, I get blue boost, don't I?
Blue boost, is that what he calls it?
Position,
Fabio coming through on battery.
Please. All right. Master, he cannot.
Oh.
Oh my, Fabio. Oh, fucking hell.
Don't know if he's out. He's probably just saving. See.
No blue boost for me.
Quite a lot down this straight.
Fabio's the one who had blue boost that lap. So he had a higher storage, had more charge, and still ran out way before I did.
5 people racing in this race, yeah, I know, right? Okay, they battled, so they lost
yeah, we're
surely
going to
enough
put
time.
on next stint.
I know, still here comes Fabio. Ben was kind of hovering there, he wanted to not allow him to overtake, right? Feel good for a bit now.
That's a bad 3-second penalty.
Ben needs to feel safe. Oh, I thought he did. Or she's behind someone with a horror show battery management, although Ben's burning quite a lot here.
Jake has nothing. Or just let me go, I'm not sure which.
Why is he still burning? What's he doing? I don't really know why he's burnt that much. That's unlike Ben. That's crazy.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
Not great battery management. I wonder why Ben was lacking pace a little bit on Saturday.
I'd like to think I'm more...
Right, so we're chilling now, P7. Again, battery. Fabio comes through. Fabio looks like he's got better battery management in this race.
Okay,
Black and white.
And he's got him, but he's going to get him straight back. Most certainly. Ben's having a shocker on battery management.
Fuck me, I've
Shake her head.
completely stuffed myself a battery this lap because I was going to box and then my teammate boxed.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But the whole point of me pitting was to get... Man, I wanted to, like, be by myself.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
Now that I deep it, the whole...
And that's our battery. On soft, so we're better off to sit behind Matt. I think he's only just boxed, maybe I'm wrong. Matt lets me go.
Right,
So that was not on new softs.
between that time has dropped. And then
See, again, this is another really example. Like Ben moaning, oh, why are you going for moves in the corners and stuff? And
the amount of cars that have fallen between myself and Fabio.
And then he goes for these sort of things.
Between that time is monumental.
But P14 briefly there for the championship leader. Zero recovers this. Once again, using all his battery there.
Oh, Karim and Tom.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now.
Oh, has he not learned yet?
Good.
More might come through here yet. Nah, not quite. Late break. Oh.
Beautiful.
Oh my god, absolute rocket ship.
Yes, the big boys are coming
It's the
through.
sort of mentality you see in low split endurance races where people want to work together, but only
Backup
if
is
they're the one in front.
arriving.
Yeah, it's
Come
a bit like
on.
that. Oh, that's not great by top 97. Yeah, if you're trying to work together, that's not
Get
smart.
Fabio gone.
And he's like, they didn't get Fabio gone, but Fabio seems to be better
Now
on bed than
let us
battery.
work together.
I don't know about pure
Really makes them fucking
pace,
inroads.
but
Let's go.
maybe thinks Tom 97 is going to be quicker. See if Fabio gets back through again. But he's up to P10 now. Oh my god, is he bum drafting here? Like, I mean, okay, we know Tom 97's battery strategy isn't great, but
Tom, why? Why?
bump drafting in
I wanted to board
F126.
the Tom 97 Express. I didn't know it was going to be this slow.
Fabio
Fuck
has
me.
indeed got him back.
Fuel remaining.
I bet Fabio's got more battery, but he did just thunder up to back of Tom.
What?
And burning a lot. Surely Tom's got a full charge now. Horrendous line from Ben. I mean, we've not said anything dirty really so far. It's just been bad driving. Grim's come through on Fabio.
Completely botched turn one.
Surely Grim
This whole
gets
race is cooked.
him with battery. Ben's again no battery out of
the
our
battery
ruse, which is
starting this
crazy.
Oh, I wasted my performance sitting behind freaking Tom 97. I think I left my overtake on sitting behind Tom 97 and I've lost 4 positions because of that.
Oh my god.
Brutal.
Horror show. Down
Brutal.
to P13.
I'm now going to get dropped. Unbelievable.
I've passed 3 cars on the outlap and still have 100% down the back straight. Yeah, Ben's battery management is shockingly bad. Normally Ben's good at this sort of
That's
thing.
a humbling experience.
Yeah, yes it is, Ben, can confirm. Right, again, go for these wild moves still though. You know he'd moan a lot if Fabio went for the exact same move on him. I think he's just adamant that he's much faster than Fabio, but I don't think he is. And burning a lot of battery. He burnt down the start finish straight again. Shouldn't, because Fabio's not that close to him. I bet he does, yeah. Medium would have been enough.
I just want the guys ahead to just drag us all ahead.
I think Ben's got some sort of tactic. I don't know if he tapped the brakes, it does it. Let's see if he taps the brakes here.
I just want the guys ahead.
I don't know how he's doing it. Ben's got some sort of tactic to stop burning. You know the slower power down ramp where it goes from full power, slowly goes down. If you go to none, it doesn't instantly go to none. It slowly that down ramps. But look, he's got full power there, and then boom, instantly
I just
none.
want the guys ahead to just drag us all
I don't think he
ahead.
did anything. I think that's
us
just
up
game
to
being
lead
weird.
Train if we can. Otherwise, we're looking at a very dire
No,
race
Ben's
here.
fixed his swing at this
12
point.
laps to go.
He's got some battery now. Unless someone's out in front, he wouldn't have thought he'd be able to get him from this far back. Still only P12. Only 12 laps to go. Looks like it could be a horror show for the championship.
Getting track position. doing
Again,
anything
going for
with
this
it,
weird
they're not
move.
Working towards actually overall lap time. It's mental.
That's what it normally does, the slow power down
There we
ramping. Why did he go side by side? He's going to let him go. This is really bad racecraft by Ben.
Just eating
This
each
is the
other
worst
alive
I've seen
here.
Ben have racecraft-wise. Possibly ever. I got patched silently. I don't know, I don't think it has. Yeah, it's
I'm
not
not
a
in
bug.
P11
It,
right
it
now.
should down ramp slowly.
That's the worst thing.
Realistic. I know most league racers probably think it's a bug. Oh, I'm going to none. It's not doing none straight away. Yes, welcome to real life, buddy. Turn off boost before 6 in none. It stops burning. Oh, really? Is that what it is?
Okay, we've got
Could be
10
a bit
laps
below
to go.
270k maybe.
Still left.
That happens here when he turns it off. Yeah, look, it's still burning. He's in none.
You've got to recover 0.1 fuel every
Could be gear.
lap. That's the
More expected to be if
situation.
it's below 270k, but I'm not sure about that.
I think we'll be fine, but it's just stuck with people we're
It
stuck
could be a
with.
gear thing. It's nowhere near the cars in
It's
front right
really
now.
Gonna start struggling compared to us. Fine, actually. Let's go.
That was okay because he lifted as he did it. Bit deep. Bit of a squeeze, but that's okay. Ben's not been. The few clips I saw, I thought Ben was going to have a bit of a shocker with his 57 collisions. He's actually been alright from what I've seen so far, but still got 10 laps to go. I don't know if he gets a bit desperate towards the end. Certainly not making any inroads against these guys, really.
Stupids. Okay.
Bump draft overtake was there.
Back.
And that's 8 laps of fuel remaining. Condition still looking.
100% battery.
Feel the momentum shifting now.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Burning, but then forced Tom to burn in reply, so it's not too bad. You burn that. Ooh, yeah. I think it's probably just lots of nudges. I think Ben's one of the most F1 game players that you'll see. Is happy to make lots of contact and stuff. There's a few other people like it. BB's like it as well.
Come
There,
on, Tom,
another nudge,
go.
like- I think that's probably where most of the contacts are from. Just all these little nudges, rather than necessarily outright terrible racing. Still got a whole lap to save with like 8 laps to go. Have enough battery for this straight. Can box him in? No. All
What's
good.
Tom's problem?
Lots of. Oh my god. Okay. Lots of contact, but overall relatively clean.
Okay.
And a bit more contact. It's just all little taps, isn't it? It's little taps in battles rather than outwardly terrible dirty driving. Only here. If contact was burning, maybe.
The crossover between medium and hards has happened now, guys. I can help you. And now everyone's attacking me. What the fuck?
Ben's the problem in this pack. Like going side by side with Crim there, slowing Crim down. He doesn't really realise it, but Ben is the problem here.
Is right there. Fuck. It's a bit pointless, wasn't it?
But he'll just have more battery than you. He'll probably get you back. I know, he's had to burn to it in response to concept. Tom will definitely have more battery than him. I think there's some contact there. Definitely some there. Use him a little bit. He's got 70%, he'll be okay. Oh, Tom's not burning, that's a surprise. That's Tom's shocking battery strategy. Tom might get him back, but that was not good.
Oh, my fuel. Yeah, there's my fuel.
That's why you got frustrated? Yeah.
I don't get these guys' fuel straps.
Again, he's
or
putting on the
battery
grass there
straps.
unnecessarily. Almost.
I'm just on a completely different like spectrum to when I'm using versus them, and it's
Yeah, he is, but he's not responding to how
Holding
they're
up.
doing it. He's continuing to use how he uses it, which is just slowing everybody down.
to go now. I'll focus on saving.
Again, he's burning it all
Clear
here.
the 10 second. Okay. Ryan has a 3 second as well, so that's 2 positions gained.
Tom's not. Kroon's burning more this time. Gonna catch him at an awkward time here. That's okay. Oh my god. Okay, that's not wing damage.
Tom's
That could be
lifting
wing
and coasting
damage.
sucks. He breaks so early.
Oh, he's doing better than you, buddy. And look how much is burning here. Yeah, back up to 90%, so... Too bad. Ben's batch strat was better for clean air? Yeah, maybe. Well, I'm surprised Crim hasn't burnt there. I feel like everybody here has a suboptimal EOS strategy, to be honest, but they're all different to each other, which is just causing carnage. All contact there, Ben coming across on Tom. No, he didn't have a red proximity arrow, but he knew what he was doing. Alright, P9.
My fuel is not coming down.
He needs to save a lot more fuel than he's doing. And that'll be frustrating everyone else around as well. Like, if you're saving fuel, why are you trying to push to the front of the pack? Like, Tom will be like, what are you doing? Like, you're lifting so much, you're costing us so much time, but you're, for some reason, also trying to get to the front of the pack at the same time. Like, why is he burning there? It's very odd. Me and Crim have been working together for good 20, 25 laps. We have a system.
Well.
That's what Tom 97 says, yeah.
So weird. This doesn't feel like a Creator Series race, you know? It's not felt like it all day, I'll be honest.
I knew he was low on fuel. I thought he didn't want us to catch the group ahead, so we got less points. Amazing that Tom actually genuinely thought he didn't want to catch the cars in front. That's hilarious. Really? Why? You can there, it's flat out, but the next gonna get him. No, it's pretty late. Again, like... Ben's still got so much fuel to save. I think he'll be okay. Well, we know he's going to be okay, but...
It's hard to save fuel with Fimex on my ass as well.
Do you think Ben will make the end?
Just about be okay.
I think the only reason Ben's sticking with these guys is because he's on hards now. He's got better tyres, but it's not very smart. He's got loads of battery here, but again, I don't know why these guys aren't burning it up through there. It's
Backs me up
no one's
so
got a
much
good
with
EOS
the cars
strategy here.
behind. Fucking
More contact
hell,
there.
Man.
Like that's fair frustration for Ben there. More contact. More contact.
Cheers for that.
Back down to P13 with
They're
5
like
laps to
lifting
go.
into Eau Rouge.
I'm not lifting, but they're not burning. It is odd.
And I'm the one who gets shafted for it. Clown show.
Done. Oh, that's a... Yeah. How is that not damage? Hold on, let's see what happens here. They're not smart Ben here to show up the inside of Fabio regardless of what happens from this angle. Like, the odds of turning in there are very high. I was very kind to him. What happens? I think Fimex must turn around Tom, I think. Yeah, just it's just a horrible move by Fimex. Just diving in there. Really bad. Lost everyone time.
Nice.
It's just a horrible dive by Fimex. Oh, they've been squeezing through a bit more contact.
Well, I've got
Back
them all.
sideways.
Groom's got away though. Come on, boys, sort it out. Sort it the flip out.
Poor collisions in one corner. So the collision system on live timing does group them a little bit. So if you go bang, bang, bang off like 3 people, that'll count as 1. I don't know what time period it groups them over, but it does group them a little bit. And Fabio's come through. Like, Ben would not be expecting that. Ben's clear of Fabio, I think it's fair to say. That down to P10 again.
Today. Dragging slower drivers around all day.
I think Ben is the slower driver today. Especially because of fuel.
It's fine. It is fine.
Oh, looks like they're
Next
going to
lap
catch
is the
Krim
last
again.
lap for a safety car. I think we're actually catching Krim again.
Oh. Over 0.4 fuel saving needed.
King hell, Tom.
No, Ben's not banned in the chat now.
Fucking hell, Tom.
Oh, it's a bit turning-y, but it's not too bad. That is quite a dive
Are
from
you
Tom.
serious?
He's entitled to do that if he wants to. It's frustrating as it is for Ben. He's got plenty of battery steam down the straight though. We get Fabio here, then get after Krim. But again, he's got a fuel save so much. I've got to P9. Krim 1.8 away. 1.1. Ben's got the pace now on these hards. In clear air, he's not able to save the fuel. He's now got a bit of a gap. He's clearing P9 right now. He's now with Krim. 0.3 of fuel to save though in
Big lift for
2
fuel.
laps. A lot of fuel saving. This spot was annoying, yeah. So probably maybe with hindsight, Tom, bit of a lunge. Not a best move, yeah, he says.
Blue boost.
Let's call it blue boost. Krim's got loads of battery. Yeah, there he goes.
Big savings. Much battery to spare.
He's having to lift so much, but he is saving it because Krim's so slow. Got better tyres at this stage, but Krim is a lot slower in the corners, so it's allowing him to save this much. He'll be okay, but he does need to do that same saving on the final lap.
Tom 97 has
I just allow him to save all the fuel. Bad from you. I don't know, Krim. The tyres are what they are at this stage, aren't they? You're just doing your race. Like, I don't think you should be trying to force yourself to drop behind Ben.
last lap, guys.
Just doing your race. Last lap, you're in P8, you're ahead. I don't think you've done a bad strat here, Krim. Your tyres are dead. How old are your tyres? 16 lap hole, 36%.
Oh,
Ben's
shit.
17. Up in there.
Oh, shit.
Very early on the boost. That almost went wrong. Good bust up this weekend. Nice. I've never been to Spa. Wow. Grim's making sure he's got 100% battery, but I don't know about this strat. They've both got 100%. Ben's got overtake and slipstream.
Does Krim have 100% battery?
Absolutely,
We'll
yes.
see.
Look, here's the overtake mode kicking in. That's mainly overtake mode, not slipstream. Lots more contact, but classic F1 game stuff. Got clear past. I have seen this before. Krim's gone front on the outside. And Ben's pretty much left the track.
We got him!
Runs out of fuel. It does pause, but he had it anyway. Yeah, so this is the last one to analyse, really. This is not great from Ben here. He actually doesn't brake too late, but you'll see the problem in a second. There, so Krim's all over him. Krim's obviously always going to try and get him back. He's going to cover the inside. So brakes at a sensible point. But Krim out brakes him, and Ben's response to that is to lift the brakes. Here he's still braking for now, but watch the brake inputs down here. Lift, lift there. The big problem though is now, right? He's not even at the corner yet. He's still got way too much speed for the corner, and what Ben does here is he completely lifts the brake, which because Krim's out braked him on the outside, he wants to squeeze Krim out. There, not even on the brake at this stage, not even on the brake, and having fully lifted, that causes his car to slide, which makes it even worse. And Krim, despite being fairly around the outside, Ben's got all the way out here. Technically keeps it on track, but very much a technicality because he chose to completely lift the brakes. Never any room given for Krim. Not good driving that at all. Not good driving. And Krim's quite kind to him on the rejoin. Wasn't didn't drive the same as Ben did to me earlier in the race. And not good.
We'll go watch Crim's POV because it's pretty bad. That's probably the second worst thing that he does in the race after the rejoin on me, because he knows what he's doing. He just fully lifts the brakes. He fully lifts the brakes and just never intending to give Crim any room. Like, that's his entire tactic. Final corner. I'm not going to allow Crim to go on the outside no matter what. Here we go. I mean, look at it.
All right.
And I know we'll get some people saying, oh, but, you know, he just outbraked himself, or Crim was going deep anyway, or Ben lost control of the car. All of that is irrelevant. It was all caused by Ben lifting the brakes. Here is when he lifts the brakes, and here's also when he slides. And look how deep he goes because of it.
All right.
And Ben's lucky that Crim wasn't meaner to him. Crim could have very easily done what Ben did to me earlier in the race and just smashed into him there and caused a big issue for both of them. Lucky that Crim was quite kind here.
Right.
What I would have done in this situation, and I've warned about this before, but it's not happened yet because Ben's been mostly cleaner, is I wouldn't have full throttled off the track here, although that would have been tempting.
Right.
What you got to do here is just turn right, just drag on him, just don't let him get away with it. If he now turns right and wheel locks with him and just doesn't accelerate or just brakes, Ben's forced to also not be able to accelerate properly, and the car behind comes through. You just got to drag him down with you at that point. And then probably the car behind comes through and okay, cost you more position, sure, but it's the better move doing that and just be like, okay, if you're going to do that, I'm going to do this, than like just straight lining somebody or whatever. It's just instant on track penalty, basically. That's essentially what it is. That's what I'd be doing in this situation, because it is bad. It is bad by Ben. You could argue two wrongs don't make a right, and you shouldn't take it into your own hands. But we discovered obviously Ben's been racing Creative Series for a long time. They got no interest in sorting his driving out. So I've said it before. If in that sort of situation where Ben shoves you off, it's what I'll do in return. I'll just drag on him and just slow him down, just so he doesn't gain an advantage from it at least. But Ben was very, very kind to him there. But yeah, not great drive for Ben. To be fair, though, I definitely thought it was going to be a lot worse. I thought we were going to see some really bad driving in that final stint, and we didn't see that. There was a few flashpoints there by Ben for sure. We definitely saw the old Ben Daly come out. But other than the lots and lots of contact, just lots of little nudging, just F1 game stuff, it didn't look too bad for me, to be honest. By real life rules, it's valid. By Creative Series rules, it's not exactly, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's a fair point, because I'm sure there'll be some people saying, oh, by real life rules, that's fine. He was never alongside enough to deserve room, but it's just that's not how we want to see it, is it? Do we really want to see people just being shoved off track and, oh, like, good work, mate, really nice racing that? Or do we want people to see people remaining side by side in a genuine battle for position? Surely we all want to be entertained. We all want to see genuine battles for position. So I've never understood the argument of, oh, but you're allowed to shove someone off in real life. Yeah, that sucks. But in real life, there's a reason for it, because they can't see them. They don't know they're there. They haven't got proximity arrows. They haven't got T-cam view. Like, it's just so different. In real life, those rules make sense. But yeah, the nuclear option, yeah, that is what I do. It's the same thing again of no one reporting worsening driver standards, because there might be enough for a race ban from one race alone if everyone bother reporting. Yeah, but I don't know. Again, what does Crim gain by reporting him here? He just looks salty. Ben gets a warning, gets nothing, he gains nothing. There's just no point. I do agree. I do know what you're saying. I do agree. But for me, it's more of a protest thing of not wanting to get involved in the bad reporting system. Fabio! Thanks so much for the raid, Fabio. We just watched Creative Series. We just watched the clip, but we just finished watching Ben and Crim, actually. You're right here in the action. It was interesting watching you and Ben battle, Fabio. What were your thoughts on the battles you had? Because it definitely seemed to be... I mean, look, I think you had the same pace as Ben, and you had a smarter battery strategy. Ben's racecraft and battery strategy was not smart. And I suspect you were being a bit frustrated by him, were you? Because I felt like Ben didn't give you the respect you deserved in that race, to be honest. I felt like you were going for some fair moves and stuff, and Ben just didn't want you to be ahead at any point for no real reason. Barry said had race-winning pace. I mean, he would say that. That is obviously false, but he had Ben's pace in this race, absolutely. Upgrade. What are your thoughts, Fabio? Are you in chat? Is Fabio not joining his own raid? What are your thoughts on your battle with Ben in particular on Saturday? He didn't really have much of a cameo in this Clipbook. No, not really. We saw him via Ben's POV, but not much else. Now, there isn't actually much more to look at, to be honest, chat. I have looked in the Creator Series clip channel. There isn't a lot in there. I have looked in the like Clipbook thing that they produce, and there's also not a lot in there that we haven't already seen. So unless have you guys got anything else we've missed here? Hey Fabio, unrestrict. Oh, were you restricted, Fabio? I've got a shared chat. I've got a merged chat, so I couldn't actually see that. Sorry, my bad. What were you restricted for? I haven't even got chat, so I can't even see what you said before. Sorry, my bad. What were you saying? If I didn't disconnect, I'd finish top 5. To be fair, with an early disconnect, Fabio, and you're only, despite that, you're only 5 seconds off top 5. I don't disagree with that. Your pace did seem pretty good at Spa. I don't disagree with that. Probably winning Creator Series anyways. Yeah. He's champion this season. Easy. Everyone should stop saying ban info. It's stupid. Yeah, most people get stupid bans as well. No, I don't have Ben ban, no. Not anymore. What? Any other clips, chat? Anything else that I've missed? I feel like we covered the main content. To be honest, the fact there was no safety car shows there wasn't any massive incidents. There was nothing major that happened in that race. Like there was just a few little bits, few involving Ben, the one involving me and Razin at the end. Few frustrations from battery management. That was about it. There wasn't really any major incidents for some reason. You did miss the unsafe rejoin, yeah. First race, yeah. That's important to highlight. It was the first race Creator Series has ever had with 22 finishes. The first race ever. Because, of course, it was only 20 finishes before this season. We always get someone DNF. And I was amazed. I was literally basically waiting out for safety cars a lot of time. I was like, it'll be a safety car at some point, surely. But there just wasn't one. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, all right. Well, we'll leave it there in chat. Thank you so much, Fabi, for the raid. Sorry you kind of missed it a little bit there. But we are going to kind of pass on a raid because VSC Ranked is broadcasting tonight. We've got the legendary TK and Safso commentating for VSC Ranked. Top split at Hungary. So look forward to that one, guys. It's normally pretty good. They're obviously fantastic at what they do as well. It's a very enjoyable race, but it's only on YouTube, so we'll have to put the link in chat because we don't stream on Twitch. So I'll put the link in chat for that stream. But go give that a watch, guys. TK is streaming VSC Ranked. So if you don't know what VSC Ranked is, it's basically halfway between ranked mode. If you're coming from Fabio's stream, he has raced it before, you may know. It's halfway between ranked mode, like you get in the game, and like a league race. It's basically halfway between the two. The main thing is everybody gets to race. If you want to race, obviously it's too late today, but like tomorrow's race is at 8 p.m. UK time. Even if you're not signed up, you can sign up right now with a time trial app from Imola. You get given a rank and you press register, and that's it. You get to race. You don't have to wait to be given a split. You don't have to wait to be, like wait for a space to open up, anything like that. You can just race straight away. So you're then ordered by your rank, and your rank obviously changes based on your finishing position. But you're ordered by your rank. You get put in splits. Today there is 3 splits, 60 drivers registered, 3 splits, not a massively popular track it seems, is Hungary, which is completely fair enough. I don't love it either. But yeah, this is gonna be top split. I'll put the link in chat now. This is top split. Oh, thank you so much, RVK, for the gifted sub to Fabio. Absolutely beautiful. You get some ad-free viewing. Thank you very much. No, I will send the link on YouTube in a sec. I just sent it for Fabio's Raiders. But yeah, VSC Ranked, Split 1, right now being broadcast by TK and Saf, so I'll send the link on YouTube right now. But yeah, that's it. Go and enjoy it, guys. I'm going to head off. I will next be live tomorrow at... I'm going to try and go live at sort of 2 or 3 p.m. 3 p.m. UK time is when I try and normally go live. So that's my intention. Yeah, 3 p.m. UK time tomorrow, guys, for Challenge Korea, where we do different challenges, and it's been really good, fun so far. So do join us for that. 3 p.m. UK time tomorrow. In the meantime, though, guys, enjoy VSC Ranked. I'll be watching as well. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.